Hey guys, what's happening? Bit of a dog walk, which more is, I think, a walk for me than the dog, getting cabin fever. Well, I just saw a little while ago Rick Scott. He's one of our senators here in Florida, and he was also our governor before Ron DeSantis. And he said on Fox News today that all of the restrictions in Florida, and I thought this was very interesting. Now, this is Rick Scott, U.S. Senator. He was our governor, and he's our new senator. Can you believe he's the junior senator? Hey, the junior senator to Little Marco. He said all the restrictions in Florida, the shutdown in Florida with our beaches and everything was all about the spring breakers. In fact, Texas. In fact, he said, obviously, about the spring breaker. Let's go. Come on. It's okay. It's all right. So that is, now this is strange, okay? There's some people walking. This is just in the neighborhood. They just walked by me. One of them's wearing a surgical mask. I mean, come on. Come on. We're in the open air. So anyway, Rick Scott, there's a lot of restrictions. I just uploaded a new podcast episode, which I also have on my YouTube channel, the video before this one. And I drove around town yesterday, seeing what was open and what was not open. So if you go listen to that, pretty much everything in Florida, at least my part of it, is open. But I go through it in a lot of detail in my latest podcast episode, which is the video before this. But anyway, Rick Scott, when they asked him on Fox this morning, the closures in Florida, is it because of the spring breakers? And Rick Scott's answer was, obviously, it's about the spring breakers. So, yeah. So that tells you something. That tells you something, because Florida, we don't have that many cases. It's not New York. Where are you going, Nina? No. Let's go this way. Nina, this way. She won't go with this. Nina, let's go. Let's go. She won't go. Come here, Nina. Let's go. No. We're not going that way. I want to go this way. I want to go this way. Come on, Nina. What are you doing, Nina? Well, overhyped. Depends on where you're at, right? It depends on where you're at. If you're in New York, no. If you're in California, no. But here in Florida, I got to take my glasses off to read the chat. The sunlight is on the phone. But here in Florida, I would say things are almost normal. If you listen to my podcast, I drove all over town yesterday. I didn't go in anywhere. I didn't leave the car. But I drove all over town yesterday, and virtually everything, literally, almost everything was open. Best Buy was packed. Even the barbershops were open. All the restaurants were open, but only for takeout, because they can't have sit down, But they were doing business, and there's a whole bunch more too. That's right. That's why he's not shutting the country down. It's what I've been talking about. That's a scooter, not a motorcycle. It's what I've been talking about all week, is that New York is hit pretty hard. I mean, there's no getting around it. New York is in a pretty bad situation. And the media, being based in New York, are projecting on the rest of the country what's happening in New York. Come on, Nina, let's go. Let's see if she won't go. Come on, Nina, let's go. Come on, Nina. Let's see if she'll follow me. No, she's going home. I'm walking, and she's walking home. I can't believe it. Where's the loyalty? Private plane flying overhead. There's a private airport not too far from here. She's ready to go home. I was walking that way, and she's turned around and started walking home. That's the thing with this dog. I was talking about this yesterday on my dog walk. She gets to a point where she's done walking, so she's going home. Apparently with or without me. Vegas casino, well, I don't know. A lot of hens a lot of hands on those slot machines, and but I'll tell you, I put this on my Twitter this morning. The actor Daniel Day Kim, he was in Lost and Hawaii Five-0. He had coronavirus, and he's in self-quarantine right now, but he said, oh yeah, the cards too, but you don't touch the cards at the casino tables. You don't touch the cards. He said that his doctor prescribed to him that malaria drug, and he's all better now. He's still in isolation for another day or two. You don't touch the cards at the table. Too much. I guess with poker you do, but not with blackjack. I've never played poker in a casino, actually. I play blackjack. It goes too quick for me. Too quick for me. But it's like I was talking yesterday. I think what's going to happen with everything that's going on is, no, I don't gamble either. I'm not into gambling. I think what's going to happen a week from today is the last day of the 15-day plan that Trump is, he's got to call me. Watch. I didn't take the call, so my phone will ring 3 more times. People like to do you guys have people that do that? Come on, no, this way, Nina. We're going to go this way. They'll call you. You don't answer, so they call back 3 times. But a week from today is the last day of those 15 days. And they are giving a lot of people, I think, that malaria medication mixed with that Z-Pack and some things, which is what Daniel Day Kim talked about. So by the time because yesterday Governor Cuomo said that New York was given 10,000 doses. So they've been giving it to people. So in a week's time, they're going to have a lot of numbers that they're not releasing to us now because they don't have them. It hasn't been long enough. But in a week, I think they'll come out with a bunch of numbers of people that have been treated with that Z-Pack and malaria drug. And everything that I've heard reported, and I think you guys too, is good news by it. So they'll come out and say, we have this drug, the mix with that and the Z-Pack. It's worked on X number of people. So in certain areas of the country that aren't heavily hit, like New York, California, and Washington State, we're going to reopen the country, but still be careful. Do your social distancing, wash your hands, etc., etc., etc. That's what I think is going to happen. But when I, listen to my podcast I just uploaded, because I went through every place I went around town yesterday. Now, they're not going to run out of it. They have boatloads of it. Because, again, they don't give it to everybody. They give it to the people that are sick. Right? Come on. They give it to people that are sick. Yeah. Oh, the government, I would imagine their government's collecting it, hoarding it, the government to dispense it, so it doesn't get in the same position as the toilet paper did. That would be my guess. I'll tell you, it is getting humid in Florida. It's cloudy today, and I felt some raindrops when I first started this walk, but now it's pretty humid. People take it for arthritis and lupus. And what else? But someone in my family works in a doctor's office, a general practitioner, and they got the medications in this week. So I think that's what the move is right now. But when I here in Florida, now again, it's different wherever you are, but here in South Florida, other than restaurants, bars, and tourist spots, everything is pretty much normal. Everything's pretty much normal, except those things, business-wise. That's right, Trump, baby, Trump 2020. I couldn't believe Hillary Clinton tweeted, "Where are the tests? Where are the tests?" They were with the Rose Law Firm records. in the emails. That's where they are, I guess. I don't know. But they got that new home test that's coming out. Things are going to get back to normal. They're going to get back to normal real quick for most of the country. But this isolation, because, Americans are not an isolated people. That's just not the way it is. But the isolation in New York City, how effective is it? Because how many people live in these huge buildings in New York City? These huge buildings. And what I don't know in New York, people that are like me, I'm taking extra precautions because, hey, Jeff, I'm taking extra precautions because of my wife's health condition. But here I go for a walk with my dog. I'm out in the nice, open Florida weather. I'm sitting on my back porch, in the beautiful Florida weather. Next door to me, I hear everybody they're having freaking pool parties all around me. So in New York, people are isolated in these buildings. Are they staying in their apartments? Or are they socializing in the hallways? Are they going down to the lobby? I don't know. These apartments are pretty small, unless you're rich, and they're touching the elevator buttons if they're going down to the lobby. They're in those enclosed elevators and the stairwells and everything. How really isolated are they in New York in these buildings? I don't know. Well, thank you very much, Jeff. Yeah. So I don't, and in Italy, the isolation in Italy has not worked. In some ways, the isolation causes more socialization. In some ways, it depends. You know what I'm talking about. So I don't know. But I do know this, that my observations in Florida is it's pretty much business as usual, unless you're in a restaurant, which they're all open for takeout, and work at a bar. Obviously, those are some bad situations. Nina wants to go back home. Her tongue's hanging out of her mouth. She's getting old, Nina, so she doesn't go for the walks as long as she used to. I'll show you. Here's Nina. She's going home. She's done. All right, guys, I will see you later. I just uploaded a new podcast episode, and if you're one of my Patreon supporters, you get the podcast commercial free, by the way. But it is the video before this one on YouTube is my latest podcast episode, so check that out. All right, guys, I'll check in with you all later. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Take care. Oh, great, Carol. Thank you so much. Take care, everyone.